All right, in this explainer, we are diving deep into one of the biggest data protection releases of the year, Veeam V13. We're going to break down what's new, what's really changed, and, most importantly, what it actually means for you and your critical data.
But before we get into all the bells and whistles, let's just start with the question that gets right to the heart of everything. Is your backup infrastructure a fortress? Something that's actively defending your data? Or is it maybe a liability, just waiting to be exploited? Keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this.
Because, let's be real, the pressure on IT professionals today is just immense. You're operating in a truly high-stakes world, and it feels like the challenges are piling up faster than you can deal with them.
I mean, you're constantly fighting off cyber threats, you're trying to manage these sprawling hybrid cloud setups, and you are buried under this crushing operational overhead. And all of that, it creates the perfect storm for those risky little misconfigurations that can leave your entire organization wide open.
And this is exactly the world that Veeam V13 was built for. They're positioning this not as just another update, not an incremental change. No, this is a strategic re-platforming designed from the ground up to tackle these modern challenges head-on.
So how are they doing it? Well, the answer, and honestly, the absolute centerpiece of this entire release, is a brand new foundation for your backup infrastructure. Let's meet the Veeam Software Appliance. So what is this Veeam Software Appliance, or VSA, anyway? Think of it as an all-in-one solution. It packages the operating system and all the backup software together. It comes pre-hardened for security right out of the box, and here's the kicker. The entire stack, top to bottom, is fully maintained by Veeam. So the real value here kind of breaks down into three huge benefits. First, it's pre-built. You can deploy it from an ISO file in just a few clicks. Super fast. Second, it's pre-hardened. It's built to tough security guidelines to shrink that attack surface way down. And third, it's predictable. It's designed for a zero-trust model, where even your backup admins don't get root access to the OS.
And when you compare this to the old way of doing things, wow, the contrast is just night and day. You're going from all this manual security hardening and constant patching to a pre-hardened, fully managed stack. Instead of a complex, multi-step deployment, it's a few simple clicks, and you no longer need to be a deep Windows or a Linux expert to run a secure system. This is a massive operational shift.
Okay, so the software appliance is a seriously powerful new foundation. Now let's build on that and see how V13 completely reimagines security across the entire data protection process.
We're really talking about a multi-layered upgrade here. You've got enhanced role-based access control, so you can create these custom roles that enforce least privilege access. There's single sign-on, so you can centralize access control with Intra ID or Okta, and this is huge. It gets rid of those old, vulnerable protocols like NTLM and instead uses modern, secure communication with Open SSL 3.0. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. SSO is a rare case where usability meets enhanced security. And it is so true. This is one of those things where you aren't trading convenience for safety, you're actually getting both, which makes it so much easier for people to actually adopt stronger security practices.
Okay, so security is huge, but V13 isn't a one-trick pony. It's also about a massive boost in performance and intelligence, making your backups not just safer, but a whole lot smarter and faster.
So, how much of a performance boost are we actually talking about? Get this, 2 times. Veeam is saying V13 can potentially double your backup performance on the exact same hardware you're using today. That's a pretty bold claim. So how in the world do they pull that off? Well, it's a combination of some really deep engineering changes. The whole platform is now fully 64-bit, the job engine is way more scalable, there's a new hashing algorithm called Blake 3 that cuts CPU usage, and maybe biggest of all, the entire infrastructure can now run on Linux. No Windows machines required. Performance is great. Faster is always better. But let's pivot for a second to intelligence. Ask yourself this. What if your backup system could be more than just a passive insurance policy? What if it could be an active partner in helping you fight malware?
This is exactly where Veeam Intelligence comes into play. It's an AI-powered assistant that's built right into the platform, and its advanced mode is especially powerful because it uses all that real-time monitoring data from Veeam One to give you custom, expert-level answers about what's going on in your environment.
So when things go sideways, this is where the new malware threat analysis agent becomes your best friend. It gives you real-time insights, it can analyze the potential blast radius of an attack, it gives you guided step-by-step recovery actions, and it can even kick off malware scans right from the AI interface.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground, so let's bring this all home and really focus on what V13 actually means for your day-to-day work, for your daily operations.
If you remember nothing else, remember these 4 things. 1, you get a much stronger security posture right out of the box. 2, your daily management just got a lot simpler, with way less time spent patching and maintaining servers. 3, you get faster, more scalable performance out of the hardware you already own. And 4, you get a proactive partner to help with threat response, with AI assistance right when you need it most.
So as we wrap this up, it's pretty clear that V13 is way more than just another update. It's really a challenge to the status quo. It's forcing every single organization to look in the mirror and ask this question. In a world of constantly evolving threats and complexity, is your data protection really ready for what's coming next?